I 1v1'd 100 random people in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now I consider myself a good player, but how good exactly? Well, I will be matchmaking with opponents with various skill levels to test how many I can win. However, first we need to lay out some ground rules. The maximum round I can play is 10. If it is a draw at 5-5, we will play a deathmatch win by 2 scenario. If a player leaves early, then the current score will be the outcome of the 1v1. However, if the player leaves after overtaking me in the first 3 rounds, then it will not count as I had no fair opportunity to come back. 4. I cannot aggravate the opponent intentionally. Any emotions or toxicity needs to be 100% on their own regards. 5. If the opponent does become toxic and kills me unfairly, like when we are 19 or before the 1v1 starts, then the 1v1 will end immediately, and the current score will be the decider for who wins. And without further ado, let's get right on into it. Alright then, so the first 1v1 of the video, this guy wasn't too difficult to play against. He built a lot, but in the end his players weren't the smartest, so he decided to leave at a score of 5-0. My second opponent. This guy built way too much, and his plays may seem good on paper, but because of my tempo and movement, he couldn't execute them well. So I took all his walls, I did all these amazing peaks, and... Wait, what? I died? Oh god, not on the second 1v1 of the day. What the hell? It's fine, because I got a good lead and I eventually beat him 9-1. But I can't believe I died there. It's 1v1 number 3 now, and this guy actually looks pretty good. Well, I thought that until I noticed that he built too much. He ended up getting confused and I capitalised on it every time. And near the end of the 1v1, he started getting toxic and tried shooting me while we were 90ing. But he didn't do enough damage to take me down, and I ended up winning the 1v1. I also died, so yeah. Fourth 1v1 is kinda boring, so I'll sum it up with this one clip I found on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, that was basically the whole 1v1. He even had the nerve to leave after only 4 rounds. Which I won all of them, by the way. 5th 1v1, and I'm pumped for this one. I can tell this is going to be a good one. Oh, he already left on the first death. Great. My 6th opponent was not the best player. In fact, he even went AFK halfway through the match. I can't really say anything else about this 1v1, so let's check what I wrote in the notes. Oh, yeah. I should have done injustice there, but I didn't. Poor guy. 7th 1v1 is the easiest one yet. He spammed the same retake over and over, and without even considering where I am and what angles he is leaving open. To combat his retakes, I simply established high ground, because remember, simplicity is key, and then I tracked him through the builds and then shot him when I had the chance. I took him out a couple times before he left at the score of 2-0. My 8th opponent was very average, which means I can get kills on him way easier than he could on me. He went for quite a few plays and none of them really worked. What? How did he? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little mad about that one. However, I did kill him for the rest of the matches, which means the score was settled at 9-1. Number 9, and I was feeling fine. I spawned in to greet my fellow competitor, and he doesn't come too kindly for strangers, because he killed me when I was most vulnerable. I had to put him in his place, and that is exactly what I did, leaving him with a perfect score of 10-0 to me. Number 10 was very short, as he only lasted 2 rounds before leaving. I'll show both deaths here. And boom! That was the first 10 1v1s. Only 90 to go. I hate my life. Opponent 11 did not take losing lightly. He lost 4 rounds of 1v1s before he began to kill me whilst 90ing. Luckily, I caught onto it very quickly and ran away to document the stats of the fights. He was so mad, he killed me several more times whilst I was AFK. And only after 4 deaths. Wow. There's not much to say about my 12 1v1. He lost because his plays were too slow, beating him 3-0. Same goes for opponent 13 as well, however he left after round 1. Finally, someone who doesn't leave after a couple deaths. Opponent 14 can actually accept losing. So how good was he? Well, first of all, he drew me a love heart, so that's nice. But when it comes to skill level, nah, he's alright. Although I do admit he did kill me once. But what was I thinking? Like, I guess I was going for a quick shot to even things out, but it obviously wouldn't work. But hey, that's how life goes. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Well, I bet you're glad to hear that I didn't die to him again, so the 1v1 ended with a score of 9-1. This 1v1, I remembered it like it was yesterday. The 15th 1v1 had a player who was very toxic. After a couple 1v1s, he began to fight me before the 90s. However, I noticed this just in time, and we actually continued to 1v1 without doing the 90ing. I counted this as there were no rules saying that we couldn't 90, and since he didn't kill me before the 1v1 and I had time to defend myself, the 1v1 wasn't interrupted. Sadly though, he left at the score of 9-0. 1v1 16 wasn't special. I saw that I wrote in the notes and it said nothing notable. And sure enough, there wasn't anything notable. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are. Although the score was 4-0 if you wanted to know. Nothing notable to say about number 17, so I'll just explain my thought process here. So I just did a few edits to get a piece control in, then he ran away, so I actually just pushed his box and I set up an angle so he couldn't even shoot me. There you go. He also left, so yeah. Number 18, righty then, what guns are we grabbing? Blue shotgun? Okay. Hunting rifle? Is this man insane? Well, actually, no. They taught me something that I forgot about Fortnite. Sometimes it is about having fun. So I carried on, and we had a great time with these weapons. Although, great things always come to an end, and this 1v1 was no exception. I beat him 7-0, but thank you for the great time, Anonymous257, you're the best. Opponent 19 was an average player. The kind that doesn't predict other people's plays. There isn't too much to say about this dude other than he heals constantly. But it was fun to deal with. I also won 10-0. Next. 1v1 number 20. A fifth the way there and this opponent was not the best. We only played 3 rounds and I won all of them. However, my notes say the last kill was dodgy. Yep, I agree. Me and opponent 21 had very interesting fights. It's what I would say if he actually did good plays on me. There's nothing to say other than I beat him 2-0. 22 was no different as he left with a score of 3-0. Opponent 23 was nice. He called me 200 IQ after I killed him, and he wasn't wrong by the way. But I was shocked at how easy it was to kill him considering that his skin was OG. But hey, not everyone stays inside and hides from sunlight whilst doing 100 1v1s. I get it. P.S. I won 10-0. Player 24 was toxic. He tried to kill me before the 90. However, he forgot one thing. I'm very smart, and I boxed him and killed him. He couldn't bear to lose to me, so he left at the score of 3-0, leaving his dignity behind. Great, another toxic player. Opponent 25 died to me 6 times before he killed me once. And he only won that because I whiffed a shot. After that, he started killing me before the fights, and so the 1v1 ended there at the score of 6-1. Fight 26 was your average 1v1. I was impressed with 1 kill I got him, and the rest were alright. I did learn that this guy's main play is to phase through his ramp. But that trick is really bad since it leaves him open. This means I can kill him easier, and so I beat him 10-0. Opponent 27 was not that interesting. He was so mad at his first death, he left halfway through the second, meaning I technically win 2-0. 1v1 number 28 was a good one. He was actually pretty good, so I knew that I needed to come up on top. I played quicker, more aggressive, and more dominant instead of how I'd usually play. This means he could crumble easier and misplay a couple times. He eventually left after the 7th kill. Sorry man. 1v1 number 29 was an odd one. We played a couple 1v1s before my opponent was jealous of my ping and started asking questions about it. We then played box fights instead of build fights. I won every round however, but he left on the 8th death. My 30th 1v1 was kinda boring. My opponent left on his first death. Personally, I think his issue was that he was too slow to hit his shots, but I could have been mistaken. Not a great start in the 30s, as my 31st opponent died twice, and then started killing me at the score of 2-0. The 32nd opponent was okay, but he did in fact kill me. Now this kill counted, don't get me wrong, but I am going to sit here and discuss why this absolutely should be me surviving. Now in the notes it said I tried to play Sabal. I checked the footage, and if you slow mo to the death, it shows that the builds were being toggled. Mix this with a screenshot of the guy shooting me, he completely missed. I reckon if my ping was better, I could have survived. Luckily that was the only death he got on me, and I came out on top with a score of 5-1. 1v1 number 33 was very boring. This guy was very average, and he never even killed me once. Halfway through the game, he wanted worse guns for whatever reason. Like, he barely hit me anyway, why would he want to do less damage? Either way, I beat him 8-0. Player 34 was a sketchy guy. He wanted to play pump only. Not on my watch! Oh yeah, he also left on his third death. Since it was the only 10 rounds for the 30s, I guess I'll go into a little bit more detail before the rest. So this player was actually alright at the game. He was a little slow, but nonetheless, he still hit me a couple times. Those couple times being when he killed me before the 1v1? Well, after he killed me, we got straight back into the 1v1s to cap it off with a 10-0. Trust me, if it wasn't close to being 10-0, then I wouldn't have kept going. Okay, so the next few 1v1s were not interesting in the slightest, so the most I can really show you is the scoreboards, so here we go. Number 36, 2-0. Number 37, also 2-0. Up in the game for number 38, 3-0. And finally, number 39, 1-0. I did say it was boring, didn't I? Number 40 is your average 1v1. So why am I showing it? Well, let me just play a clip for you, because I have no words. I so thought I was being smart there. Oh, luckily I have the moral high ground, and he left at 3-1. Oh my gosh, just seeing opponent 41 makes my blood boil. Let me explain why. So this man wanted a flapjack rifle. Fair enough, although I used mine for good, not evil. However, 41 had other plans. He shot me down after I did my 90s, and then he killed me later. However, because it was after the 90, technically it wasn't interrupted, which means the kill counts. However, I continued to kill him and won with a score of 9-1. 1v1 42 was a weird one. The reason for that is because my opponent played really passive. Maybe I was fighting more aggressively, but I felt in control for most of the fight. I did also die, so I guess I'll play the clip. It's fine, because I won 6-1. Opponent 43 left after the first death, so I'll just show you how it happened. For 1v1 44, I have no information about it, other than the scoreboard, so here you go I guess. 1v1 45 was alright, my opponent didn't leave, which meant I got a 10-0 out of it. To be honest, the most fun thing that happened in this fight was that I did an outfit change halfway through it. So take that as you will. Player 46 left after the first death. What is up with people and leaving after the first death? I guess I'll show you it. It's 47's time to shine. And you know what? He was a good player. 1v1 47 actually marks the point where it's the first time I've died twice in a 1v1. Not a proud achievement, but hey, it's something. I also beat him 8-2 if you were wondering. 48 is a controversial one. Nah, I'm messing with you, but my opponent was really annoying as he kept on building boxes everywhere. He also got a kill on me, which rubbed salt in the wound, but I won 6-1. So who's laughing now? No audio for this one, but opponent 49 disrupted the 90, so after he died, the 1v1 ended with a score of 1-0. Obviously. And 1v150 was an average 1v1, with my opponent leaving at the 5th round. So what was he like? Well, I was a bit harsh, but the notes speak nothing but the truth. And there we go, 50 1v1s, we are halfway there. So let's recap. Currently I have played 50 1v1s, but in total I have played 257 rounds. 12 of them I have died in, and 245 of them I have won. I also won every single 1v1 up until this point, with a great win ratio of 100%. But will it last? Let's find out. Also, just a quick notice from me, I just want to say that this video has taken hours to record and hours upon hours to cut together. So if you could do me a solid and like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it massively. But what are we doing here? We've got 50 more 1v1s to play. Let's go! 1v1 50 onwards is going to be a bit more dodgy than the previous ones. See, I'm getting quite tired of 1v1s, and when that happens, you hit a plateau of skill level, and you begin to make mistakes. 1v1 51 was a shaky start. I had one near death experience. Perhaps this is foreshadowing of what's to come. But I did get 2 nice kills as well, so I guess the goods even out the bads. Oh yeah, I also won 7-1. Opponent 52's name was King, so he definitely scared me. Only good players call themselves King, right? Well, I was mistaken. I ended up beating him 3-0 before he started disrupting the 1v1. What's also funny was that I pickaxed him after I wrote the stats down. Number 53 was quite good to be fair. I killed him 9 times before he left. I did get some good kills on him, so I'll show them here. Number 54 was an average 1v1. I got some funny kills and some deadly kills, but he did in fact leave at the score of 3-0. Number 55 did not give up. He killed me twice as well. One time was me being in the cone. Maybe the cone strats aren't meta anymore. Luckily though, I got some kills on him, and I finally beat him 8-2. It was a difficult fight to be fair, but that'll be the last we'll see of him. Wait, what? He's back? Oh god. My deaths are going to add up today. We fought many times, with me getting the advantage in some fights and him having some in his fights. However, I did learn his playstyle a little, so I won with a score of 9-1. And that's the last we'll see of him. Nothing to say about fight 57, except that I died twice and beat him 4-2. Opponent 58 wanted to play pump only. Not on my watch. Well, actually, after I killed him a couple times, he forced me to drop the AR, so I guess he got his way in the end. That is, if he was intending to lose, since I still killed him 7 times compared to him killing me once. He even had the audacity to call me a clown before leaving. Nothing interesting for 1v159 except that I died again. This leaves me with a triggering score of 9-1. I am getting quite worried now that I am dying a lot. In comparison, before 1v150 I died only 12 times. 10 1v1s later and I have died 7 more times. This is not looking too good for me. Number 60 was the average 1v1, with me getting 5 kills before he left. This 1v1 I felt a bit cautious, maybe because I don't want to die much more. '60-70 was carnage, and 1v161 was no different. This 1v1, I died a staggering 3 times, which is the first I've ever died this much. His internet was really good, so it was frustrating that he could make better plays than I could. However, I did not give up and the score settled at 7-3. Player 62 left after the first death. To be fair, I'm relieved if anyone leaves at this point. 1v163 was not the best. My opponent killed me 3 times. I do not like this consistency. He did leave however at a score of 6-3. I kid you not, player 64 hit every shot. He managed to kill me 4 times based on his aim alone. He was an alright player, but his shots were too difficult to avoid. I did kill him 6 times though, which means I won! Thank Lord for that. Number 65 is special, so I am going to leave this 1v1 for later. 66 I did not die whatsoever, as well as 67 and 68. I even got a 10-0 for 69. This is the first 10-0 I have gotten in the past 25 rounds, all thanks to my stupid plays. Nice. Number 70 is a meh kind of 1v1. He killed me once, so that's fun, but on the other hand, I killed him 5 times, so I won anyways. Opponent 71 was a frustrating opponent to play against. My man only hit 1 pumps. He killed me 4 times with 1 pumps, and I genuinely was getting worried if I was even able to win against him. Luckily though, I beat him 6-4. Minimal things I can say about 1v1 72, other than I beat him 9-1. Opponent 73 is an average player, although I have to admit, I only beat him 8-2. To be fair, one of my deaths was a 1 pump. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm sick to death of that Mythic Havoc. 74 was a quick round with a 1-0, and 75 was 2 with a 2-0. 76 was a painful round, and not what you would think. The reason why it's so painful was because I was 1 round off from getting 10-0 for this 1v1, but I threw it all the way in the last round. Although this guy only went for jump shots, and it was annoying to go up against, so there's that. 77 only built up. He is the most passive player I have gone up against in these 1v1s so far. I even boxed up at one point and he did nothing about it but sit up on height. Unbelievable. 78 was an annoying player as well. He tried shooting at my 90s, but that didn't stop me from beating him 10-0. 79 was the average player. He wasn't too bad at the game, but I was definitely better. I beat him 91, meaning, yes, I did die to him. Haha, Abyss died to an average player. Very funny guys, get over yourself. Number 80 is extremely annoying. He shot me down many times, and I am glad that I beat him there. He deserves it. 81 was a toxic player. After I killed him once, he tried disrupting my 90 and then killed me. I know that I was fighting him there, but since he disrupted the 90, the round does not count, meaning I beat him 1-0. Nothing much to say about 82 I guess, other than I killed him 10 times. 83 is a funny one. So this guy shot me before the 1v1, which means he had an advantage. But I absolutely destroyed the poor guy, and he left immediately afterwards. How did he manage that then? 84 is yet another annoying player. This guy had a starting build up, which was so aggressive, he pretty much killed me whilst I was 90ing. I let this one slide though, for whatever reason, but it's fine, I killed him 5 times anyway. 85 had nothing notable in it, and neither did 86. I'm pretty sure 87 went through his Joker arc this game. We were playing fine with me killing him a few times. He then disrupts the 90, and at that point the 1v1 was over. 5-0 to me I guess? 88 was a regular 1v1. I died to him once though because I was distracted because I was singing to a song, and I looked away for a second and then I died. That death was fully on me. 89 was great because good old Whaleheart wanted a hunting rifle. It's back! What a legend! However, he left after his second death, which was sad. Number 90 was the normal 1v1, only this time we have another toxic opponent. What is it with these players and being so toxic? I just don't get it, man. 91 was boring, as I won only 2-0 before he left. Opponent 92, I can't lie, he spams the cone edit way too much, but it made it so hard to shoot him without hitting the edited cone first. However, he was not an issue as he clearly didn't know how to fight and only used his mechanics, so I won 9-1. A 10-0 for a 1v1 number 93. He is a very average player, and since he isn't the best, I destroyed him. I feel bad, but hey, I'm close to the end, so who cares? Player 94 is a very good player who is very confident. Very confident. But he's so confident that he can't believe that he can lose without killing me. So once he dropped, he made it look like we were going to start over, and when I teleported down to greet him, and 1v1 again, he killed me. This is clearly unfair, so I ended the 1v1. 95 was an alright player. I muted him before the 1v1, and then decided to unmute him, and then accidentally sent a friend request halfway through the fight. And he accepted it with no questions asked. What? Opponent 96 was really good at the game, and we definitely had some good fights. Each one of those fights were close, but the last couple ones I hit some key shots and I won. This had me worried since I don't want to lose so late into the challenge, but I won 6-4. I need to be careful. Opponent 97 is very boring since he distracts from the 1v1 constantly, but I let him off and I won 6-0. 98 was a classic 2-0, and so was good old 99. 1v1 100. Now, this is the final 1v1 of the day, and if you could tell, I am doing live commentary. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So this guy seems very average. Very, very average. He's gonna lose. I can tell he's gonna lose. Oh, he's definitely not gonna die. This is gonna be easy. I can also tell by a skin that yeah. Anyone who wears the Renegade Raider skin cannot handle losing. Now, I have shown every 1v1 I have played in this video so far, except for one, Fight 65, and there's a reason for that. Let me show you the context. So we went back and forth getting kills after kills on each other, and we went all the 10 rounds, and the score capped off at 5-5? This meant we had a deathmatch win by 2 scenario. So I'm going to show you each kill one by one, so you can witness who wins. I'm not even going to mention anything until the end result is final. And I just want to let you know that if I lose, this will be the only loss for the whole video, and I will lose my 100% win rate. And there we go, I won every single 1v1 in this video with a perfect win ratio of 100%. In total, I won 523 rounds of 1v1s, and I died 59 times altogether. This means on average I died every 10.175 rounds. Not too bad. That's enough for a few 10-0s. In fact, I did get a whopping 9 clean sweeps. I reckon I could have got more if people stuck around longer, but hey ho, that's fine. In total, the damage I inflicted was 118,326 damage. So as you can see, 1v1ing 100 times can be quite the chore. But anyways, thank you, and I will see you guys later. Peace.